Welcome to Soap Sip, all latest television and entertainment updates.
At the luxurious Spencer Beach House, Dylan should have felt victorious. After everything she had done to get close to Will Spencer, she was finally beside him. His arm rested around her, and from the outside, they looked like a happy couple. But Dylan knew the painful truth. Will's body might have been next to hers, but his heart still belonged to Electra Forrester. She noticed it whenever the room became quiet. His eyes would drift away, and a sadness would settle over his face. Even the way he held Dylan felt uncertain, almost apologetic, as though he were comparing her to the woman he truly wanted. That realization slowly began eating away at Dylan. She had fought Katie's accusations and worked desperately to earn a place in Will's life, yet Electra remained between them. No matter what Dylan offered him, she could not compete with the memories he shared with Electra. And jealousy was quickly turning into something far more dangerous. Meanwhile, the atmosphere at Forrester Creations could not have been more different. RJ Forrester and Electra were celebrating an exciting new opportunity. Ridge had officially approved RJ's idea for a fresh youth fashion line designed to bring new energy to the company. Electra was going to be the face of it. RJ believed she could become an international fashion star, and he was determined to use every resource available to make that happen. Their late-night design sessions were filled with laughter, creativity, and a growing chemistry neither of them could completely ignore. For Electra, the project was more than a career opportunity. It gave her something positive to focus on after her painful breakup with Will. Instead of allowing heartbreak to consume her, she poured her emotions into the designs. But her growing success only made Dylan more furious. Electra still held the key to Will's heart, and now she was receiving RJ's attention and the approval of the Forrester family. Dylan had spent much of her life struggling to survive, and she refused to stand by while Electra received everything Dylan believed she deserved. In Dylan's mind, competing with Electra was no longer enough. She needed to remove her entirely. After doing some research, Dylan discovered an abandoned Forrester Creations warehouse on the outskirts of Los Angeles. The building had once been used to store fabric and old runway props, but it had been empty for years. It was isolated, dark, and almost completely forgotten. In other words, it was the perfect trap. Using a burner phone, Dylan sent Electra an urgent message while pretending to be one of Forrester's suppliers. The message claimed that an irreplaceable shipment of fabric for the youth line had accidentally been delivered to the old warehouse. If Electra did not retrieve it immediately, the entire launch could be delayed. Electra was suspicious, but the project meant too much to her to ignore the warning. As the sun disappeared over Los Angeles, she arrived at the warehouse alone. The rusted gates, cracked walls, and unnatural silence immediately made her uncomfortable. Still, she pushed open the heavy metal door and stepped inside. "Hello," Electra called out. "Is anyone here?" Her voice echoed through the empty building. There was no answer. Electra pulled out her phone, but there was no signal. A cold wave of fear moved through her as she finally realized that something was wrong. She turned toward the exit, but before she could reach it, a figure rushed from the darkness. Someone covered her head and shoved her to the floor. Electra fought back, kicking and struggling with everything she had. But her attacker had the advantage, and within moments, the world around her faded into darkness. When Electra regained consciousness, she was tied to a heavy wooden chair. The ropes around her wrists and ankles were painfully tight, and the warehouse was freezing. Then a bright flashlight suddenly shined into her eyes. Electra turned her head away, struggling to see the figure standing in front of her. When her vision finally adjusted, her heart nearly stopped. It was Dylan. "What are you doing?" Electra cried. "Untie me. Have you lost your mind?" Dylan responded with a cold, humorless laugh. "No, Electra," she said. "For the first time in my life, I know exactly what I'm doing." Slowly circling the chair, Dylan accused Electra of refusing to let Will go. She reminded her that she had ended the relationship, yet Will still thought about her constantly. "I'm the one holding him at night," Dylan said bitterly. "But every time he looks at me, he sees you." Electra could barely believe what she was hearing. She had trusted Dylan and defended her. Now that same woman was standing before her with no compassion in her eyes. You won't get away with this, Electra warned. RJ is waiting for me. Will know something is wrong. They'll find me, and then they'll find you. Dylan's expression hardened. She grabbed Electra by the hair and forced her to look up. RJ's precious youth line is going to collapse without you, Dylan whispered. And you are going to disappear from Will's life forever. Dylan gave Electra a terrifying choice: leave Los Angeles and cut all contact with Will, RJ, and the Forresters, or never leave the warehouse alive. Then she walked away. The metal door slammed, followed by the chilling sound of a padlock clicking into place. Electra was alone in the darkness, fighting against the ropes and desperately praying that someone would realize she was missing. Back at Forrester Creations, RJ was already becoming concerned. Electra had missed an important meeting, and every call went directly to voicemail. He knew she would never abandon the project without an explanation. Something had happened to her. When Will heard that Electra was missing, all the love he had tried to bury came rushing back. He called her friends and family, terrified that she had been hurt or that someone dangerous from her past had returned. Dylan then carried out the cruelest part of her plan. She returned to the beach house and found Will sitting on the couch with his head in his hands. Acting gentle and concerned, she sat beside him and wrapped her arms around him. "We'll find her," Dylan whispered. "I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere." Will leaned into her embrace, completely unaware that the person comforting him was responsible for Electra's disappearance. As Dylan held him, a small, victorious smile appeared on her face. Miles away, Electra remained tied to a chair in a freezing warehouse, terrified but refusing to surrender. Time was running out, and Dylan believed she had finally eliminated the woman standing between her and Will. But secrets this dark never remain hidden forever. When Will and RJ discover the truth, Dylan may learn that trapping Electra was easy, but escaping the consequences could be impossible.